This is where we rolled out our first Certified Green Real Estate Professional course. So this is kind of a little home away from home for me. And in fact, I should probably, I'm a member of Pacific West in Orange County. I should probably switch my affiliation and become a member here. Actually, I'm looking for a home too. I think I'm going to move my realtor's license to a different brokerage. So if anybody is interested, maybe we can talk. But anyway, so Tom Berge asked me to come out and talk to you guys, and I said, absolutely, I would relish the opportunity. So just let me ask you, I know we had quite a few people in our Certified Green Real Estate Professional class from West San Gabriel Valley Association of Realtors. Who attended that class? Okay, so quite a few people. So you, and hopefully, have you received your designation information yet? Good, okay, good. So what Tom asked me to talk about, and Art mentioned the economy, that it's a really rough economy. I mean, no secret to anybody, right? We're all kind of experiencing that. And you know, today I work contractor casual. I hope you guys don't mind. And the contracting industry is pretty much suffering from the same thing that the realtors are suffering from, and that is a rough economy. So he asked me, he said, hey, how about talking about how we can green homes, and maybe just an average home? And I said, yeah, that's a great topic, because it's one of the things that I'm going to be presenting at NAR Annual at the Expo, that NAR asked me to present. And so I'm going to give you guys just kind of a little heads up on that kind of topic. So we're going to drill down on, because a lot of people, we're noticing that more and more people are asking for green features in homes. And they may not be saying green, they may be saying energy efficiency. But there's a lot of parallels between what's green and what's energy efficient. And there's a lot of reasons why people are looking for more homes to be more energy efficient, or they're concerned about the energy bills on the homes that they're going to buy. We find that has tremendous value, because look, if somebody says, I was just in Chicago 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about a national movement to green the MLSs, and it all has to do with trying to bring the appraisers on board and the whole 9 yards. And they are coming on board, and it's important that the appraisers are coming on board. It's important that we green the MLSs, because if customers do ask us, hey, how do I find a more energy efficient home, or find me a green home, if anybody ever goes that far, and how are you going to do it? I mean, where are you going to look to find a green home? And that was one of the topics that we discussed in our Certified Green Real Estate Professional class when we taught it here, was how do we value these homes? How do we find these homes for clients? And one of the messages that we were getting across was, hey, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about finding them a green home. Find them a home they like. Find them a home that's affordable. That's the message. And if you find them a home that's affordable, guess what? It's very cost effective to turn that house into a green home or an energy efficient home with all the programs that are going on right now. It's really simple to do. So I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit, and that's kind of the nature of this presentation. So let's move forward, and I'll present some things to you. And I show this slide a lot. I love this slide. So is this a green home?
Yeah, if the roof is leaking, it's going to be green.
Right, if the roof is leaking, it's going to be green from mold. Exactly. But actually, and this is kind of underlies the central premise that I always tell people, guess what? Even this house, as rough as it looks right now, has some green features that you might not recognize.
The trees behind it.
Well, the trees behind it could actually it's true. The trees behind them, especially if they're deciduous trees, but they lose their leaves in the winter, and they let in warmth, and they gain their shade in the summer, and they cool the house. But the overhangs on the house, that's an actual green feature, especially if it's overhangs with rain gutters. So we just have to put rain gutters. And the fact that it has a detached garage is a green feature, because that's less pollution that can make its way into the house. Because guess what? We don't make houses that tight. The building industry, we're pretty sloppy. We're getting better, but we're pretty sloppy. And all those gases from the cars and all those activities that happen in the garage, that can actually filter into the house and really play havoc with indoor air quality. So that's why it's a green feature. So even though you look at this house and you laugh about it, there's some green features already in place in this house, right? So basically what my point is here, we can start with an affordable home for folks. Find something they like. And that's really what people are looking for anyway, right? It's got good curb appeal, or this fits my budget, this is a good deal, I'm going to make an offer on this house. And we can actually upgrade this house. And let's take a look at that. Well, remember this. those that took the class, and some of you may have already seen this in your disclosure forms, the clients are finding out already that, hey, there's a methodology for making my house energy efficient. This is in your disclosure application. This is what's the energy efficiency in my home, and letting them know that there's a process for doing this, right? So here's how we add value to this process for clients. We upgrade their house using an older stock home, if we have to, because most of the homes out there are older stock. They were built prior to energy codes. We have about 13 million homes in California, and about 8.5 million of them were built before we even considered energy efficiency as a requirement for building these homes. So most of them are really, really poor energy performers, okay? Well, and we want you to remember that you don't have to be the expert here, because you're going to make a green team, and you're going to be involved with a green team. Especially talk to some of the members that are CG REPs, Certified Green Real Estate Professionals, eco brokers, green designees from NAR around you. So people that have taken the class, they already know quite a bit. Some of you may have already been starting to establish your green teams. Just out of curiosity, how many of you that took the class are kind of moving forward with what we taught in the class? Anybody? Wow. Okay, guys, you need to call them, right? Because you need to work on this. This is a real possibility for you to make a difference, right? And to actually put this into play. And I want to see you guys have success with that. So give me a call sometime and talk to me. Let me know where you are. Let me know where you're having pitfalls. I want you to be able to share this with other folks here at the association. So, valuable marketing tool for agents? Certainly, to be sure, all right? Defines a truly green home if we can make it energy efficient and we can get it a green label, and that's what the goal is here. We're going to try to get this home to be a green home or to be an energy efficient home. And a lot of times that means putting a label on a house. And we're going to show you a way to actually do that. So, to determine the pathway to how we can make this house more cost-effectively green and energy efficient, well, these are some of the things we're going to look at adding. Right? We're going to talk about adding insulation. We're going to talk about adding new heating and cooling elements in the house. Tight ductwork, which helps keep the energy bills inside the house. All these things we can do in a very cost-effective way. And here's the rub. If we do this, we can actually lower the true cost of home ownership for the people that live in these homes. That's really important. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is, if you take an affordable home that people like, and you make it more energy efficient, it's actually cheaper for them to live in there after they've done the energy work on the home than before. Because if they have to spend any money to fix the house up, with all the programs that are out there right now, their cost on that is about this much. But the savings on their energy goes up maybe even more. And so it's actually cheaper for them to live in a house with the energy upgrades. So when we talk about the cost of home ownership, I want you guys to consider something. We always talk about PITI, right, as a cost of home ownership, and that's what valuation looks at. That's what they look at appraisal. Or in lending, they look at PITI as a true cost of home ownership. But that's not really the whole story, right? Because what happens every month? You get a utility bill, right? You get an energy, you get a gas bill, you get a water bill, and you get an electric bill. That's the true cost of home ownership. The true cost is PITI and E. So we have to look at the energy bills in this whole thing as well. So some of the strategies that we employ, and this is a really good strategy, especially out in this particular market. How many of you have had an FHA client recently? Okay. So would you agree with me that FHA is becoming more and more prevalent in the marketplace? Yeah. Okay. Well, I want you to consider this FHA energy efficient mortgage. And talk to some of your folks that have the CGREP designation that were in the class. They have a good understanding and a good base of this. And then also talk to your lenders that are doing the energy efficient mortgage. Call me, talk to me, and I'll clue you in on how it works. This is a great opportunity for your buyers. If you have a buyer that's an FHA buyer, you can actually qualify. They all qualify automatically for this. They don't have any further qualifications, right? So what is an EEM? Well, this is what it is in the nutshell. What it does is actually lowers the true cost of home ownership. Now, it's important to know that most banks are going to give, it's up to the underwriters, but most banks are going to give them 5% of the appraised value. And that's really important because you can do a lot. I mean, if you had a $400,000 home, that's $20,000 in energy efficiency improvements. And the only way that they can get that is if the the savings on their utility bill is more than the cost of what their loan's going to be every month. So in other words, they save money from day one living in the house by actually having the energy upgrades. And that's really important because their house is going to be healthier, it's going to be more comfortable, and it's going to be more energy efficient. And dare I say, it's also going to be more valuable. Would you agree? I think so too. Also, we've got the REAP program through CAR, and this goes through the end of the year. And that actually allows us to have $250 towards an energy audit in the house. And you guys have heard about energy audits. Well, CAR rather, is giving $250 towards that energy audit. And you need an energy audit when you do that energy efficient mortgage. So it's part of the process as well. And you can find out more about this by jumping on the website. It's through Housing and Affordability at CAR. And that's a nice gift to give to your clients. It pays for part of it. Then we include the Energy Upgrade California program that's going on. Now, why I wanted to show you this slide and tell you about it is because this is how we get that house to a more energy efficient home. And we can get that house an actual green label. And what's the difference between a green label and a house with just green features? Anybody? Where's my designees? What's the difference between a house with just green features versus a house with a credible green label? Well, it's just that. A house with green features is just a house that has green features. It's not necessarily truly green. But a house that has a credible green label is much more valuable because we can put this and market this as a green home. And this is a truly green home. And when I say green, I also mean energy efficient. And that's important for clients too. Because some clients, they shy away from the word green, right? It's kind of used it's a little bit overkill these days. But when we talk about energy efficiency, now we got people's attention because it means we're going to be saving money, right? So we have this program right now, which is offering up to $8,000 in LA County to do energy efficiency work. And if you combine that with that program that I was telling you about, let's say that $400,000 home for sale with an EEM, that's $28,000. That's a lot of money. Right? We could do a lot of great work with that money. And if you think about that, the client is actually going to save money on their monthly living expense or the true cost of home ownership every month. That's a great gift to give to the client. Just to show you some of the money that they're putting into the program, this is the kind of money that's out there. $35 million just in LA County to contribute to the energy efficiency upgrades of homes throughout LA County. Here's a house that I did in West Covina. And I love this example because this is a great example of how we put together all these programs to make this house energy efficient. So I got this call from the client, actually, who was sitting in the lender's office, and he got the energy efficient mortgage papers put in front of him. And the lender kind of glossed over the paperwork. And the client said, wait, what is that? I'm interested in that. So he calls me up and he asks me more details about this process. And I filled him in, and he went with this. And I had to talk to the realtor, I had to kind of counsel the lender, because a lot of people don't know about this. And then once everybody got on board, they loved the program. Well, I can tell you who loves the program the most. It's this client. We took a West Covina house that was extremely energy inefficient, had hardly any energy features, and here's what we did. The house appraised for $365,000 in West Covina. The client got a $23,250 loan for his energy efficient mortgage. Then what we did was we were able to show that when we were going to spend this much money on the house, his percentage of improvement of the home in terms of its energy improvement went up over 40%, went to 42% improvement. And I told him, hey, why don't you have a contractor who's an energy upgrade contractor do the work and you can qualify for $8,000. He said, great, and he got it. And so we got him another $8,000 to offset what he was putting on his loan. And we got him $500 because he said, what's this Green Point rated label I see on there? And I said, well, that makes a home truly green. And he went ahead and did that. And it cost him, I think, the total to get that done was, I think, $650. And the program paid for $500 of it. So then we also got him $250 because when we did the energy efficient mortgage, there had to be an energy audit, and CAR paid for that $250. And then, so his total cost from the contractor was $25,000, okay, and $5. So he had to come up with some of the money, extra money out of his pocket. He did that with this money right here. Then when it was all said and done, he ended up walking away with his loan at $23,250, and his energy bill went down, I should say, was greater, his savings, than what his monthly payment on his energy efficient mortgage was. And he ended up with another $6,000 in his pocket, and he could do whatever he wants with that. Buy energy efficient appliances, pay down his energy efficient mortgage even more, whatever he decided to do. He is a very happy camper. So here's an example of a home that we took in West Covina, and it was just an average house, right? Turned it into a more energy efficient and a green home. And now if he ever goes to sell this home or market his home, it has a credible green label that he can market this home with. Yes?
Did he get a big break in the interest rate, or is the interest rate the same?
Interest rate's the same, because with the energy efficient mortgage, for example, now, and the energy efficient mortgage is only one option to do this with. It doesn't have to be. There are some tremendous other programs out there in LA County that support the upgrade programs. And you know, we can talk about that offline. But no, he got the same first mortgage, and I think his interest rate was I think his particular rate was about 4.25. So it's all part of the first mortgage. So this was a great use of taking an average home and putting it into a more energy efficient home and giving it an actual green label and creating much more value for the client. Now, what's the benefit to him, really? Well, here's some of the benefits we see. I mean, if we look down here, I kind of want to direct your attention to the bottom of the slide first. This is from EPA. And one of the things that's a real big thing for me is indoor air quality. All right? And I know, especially in my house, I had two boys that were asthmatic, they were taking medication. I've completely redone my home with the expertise that I brought in to try and make the indoor air quality better. And it's made a huge difference. And I also did put them in a swimming program, so our boys swim year round. They are medication free. No surgeries, no more medication, no more symptoms of asthma. I am a believer in indoor air quality and what it can do for the health of families. So not only do we see these statistics, but if we take these homes, look at the beautiful benefits that we can provide for our clients. And if you give this gift to your client, how beneficial is that? This is a great source for you to draw on for additional referrals, let me tell you. You know, you're lowering the true cost of home ownership for a family. You're making the house more healthy and more comfortable. And these are some of the benefits that we see. Tremendous benefits. Take advantage of this program for your clients. It can really be a benefit to you. And then finally, this is a quote from one of the local realtors. We had actually put a green label on his house. He was having trouble selling his house. This is in Arcadia. And really interesting information. And Jack gave us this comment. This is it's the first one that we did. And we've got a couple more on the table that we're trying to do to see how it affects the sale of the home. This one actually improved the speed of the sale of the home. And to me, that's really very important. And then one of the things I wanted to tell you is that we're doing now, you guys in the CGREP class got to see a little bit of this video, and it was our first run at this. We've redone this video, and we're actually going to be promoting this video on how to help clients using, we're going to present a video for you, and it's how to help clients pull this off. In other words, how you can help your clients and how you can work with the professionals out there to pull off this process that I've just been talking to you about. Now, interestingly enough, we're going to have another class. And if anybody's missed this first class, talk to the folks that were in here and ask them their opinion of the class. Come to the one that's going to be at the gas company in Downey if you're interested in learning more. You know, they have my class. My wife is Chinese, so you know, we're not real big on feng shui in our house, but my wife is very typical Chinese, and she'd rather kind of go with feng shui just in case. You know, she probably has, you know, just very typical Chinese attitude, like, well, we'll still look at feng shui because maybe it does work, so we'll hedge our bets. So we do a little bit of feng shui in our house, but we're not too big on it. But I will tell you this, though. There's a lot of clients out here, especially in the San Gabriel Valley area, that are big on it. And I think there's a great synergy. And the one person, I forgot who it was that talked to me about that, I said, that's a great business model if you can combine the two. And I will tell you that there are some energies working in that direction. Talk to me after the class and I'll tell you about some interesting things happening along those lines and permaculture and real estate that are happening, kind of molding those things together. But I wanted to let you know that if you're interested in attending this class and learning more about this process, you can. It's December 5th and 6th at the gas company. It's $450, but right now LA County is sponsoring $400 scholarships for any realtors in LA County, and it's only $50. So if you'd like to attend, you just jump onto the Build a Green website right here, and you can sign up for the class. So see me afterwards. And right now, I want to go ahead and take any questions that you guys might have.